What are the highest paying jobs in Australia without needing to spend years getting a piece of paper? Well, I've already touched on the 10 highest paying jobs in Australia and then the top 6 highest paid jobs in Australia that don't require a degree. And I've even touched on 5 side hustles for teens. But now we'll look towards the future and explore the 3 highest paying jobs from 2022 and beyond that don't necessarily require a degree. Now, I want to preface that while all these jobs are currently in the highest paying in Australia and they don't necessarily require any experience or prior education and are paying over 6 figures, it's important for me to say that there is no cheat code when it comes to the system in regards to employment. If you're wanting to achieve a high paying job without putting any time into making yourself more valuable through the avenues of education or experience, then you're probably delusional. However, if we can mutually agree that get rich quick schemes never work, and if we can also agree that no matter what it is you want to do, then you are going to need some sort of skin and time in the game, then this video is for you. The 3 jobs I'll be going through are all paying 6 figures and above in Australia right now. And while you won't need a degree to get into one of these jobs, you may need to start at a sort of entry position level job before working your way up. I haven't included the entry position jobs in this video, but let's face it, if you're not willing to do the research on what that might look like for one of these jobs, you are probably never going to apply anyways. So at number 1, we have today's sponsor of this video. 2 chairs and 1 table. The podcast channel Connor and I recently started. We dive deep on pretty much everything and get personal on a human and financial level. If that sounds like something that would interest you, we upload weekly, and if you do have a second, Connor and I would really appreciate it if you go over to that channel and subscribe. I'll leave a link in the description. If you're in a rush to see what these 3 jobs are, then you can go ahead and skip to this timestamp. But if not, there are a few things I do want to touch on before talking about the 3 jobs. The first being that, in my opinion, skills are more important than time spent in a classroom. There are very, very few jobs where you legally have to have a degree to do that particular job. And what that means is that it's up to employers to decide what they require for that job. While some do use degrees as a simple way to filter out and rule out some candidates, many do take the time to assess applicants' experience and relevant skills to figure out who would be the best for the job. Because at the end of the day, you can achieve a high-paying job without having a degree. And there is a good reason as to why having a degree equals a high-paying job is so ingrained. See, for a very long time, going back centuries, there was only a few ways one could become wealthy. Either you were born into a rich family, maybe had a stroke of good luck as a business person, or went for a high-paying degree like a doctor or engineer or lawyer. What that meant was that for the majority of time and for the majority of the population, for someone to have certainty over getting a high-paying job, they would have to hedge their bets and choose from a limiting amount of degrees. Now, all that has changed a lot in the last couple of generations, especially within the last 30 years. Firstly, technology has advanced to the point where it's changed pretty much how we do basically everything. And there are also new jobs popping out all the time that didn't exist in your grandparents' generation, or some of you even your parents' generation. The global economy has opened up and labor markets have become even more interconnected. This whole process started after World War II, but really kicked off in the 70s and 80s, when big countries like Australia got rid of some of their laws insulating their country's economies. Long story short, the range of secure, high-paying jobs is much larger these days. To go with that point, I also want to add that I don't personally believe that there is a such thing as an unskilled job. You may have heard people compare jobs as unskilled versus skilled, or simple labor versus brains. And while that is a way that we put jobs into particular categories and explain the reason of different wages, just because that's how we justify pay, I don't think there is a direct correlation to jobs that are skilled and jobs that aren't, because essentially every single job has its own set of skills required. There's no such thing as an unskilled job. For example, even jobs that don't require vast libraries of technical knowledge can take a lot of skill, safety knowledge, precision, intelligence, etc. For example, you couldn't take the CEO of a company who is on 20 times the wage of one of its employees at the bottom, put them in a frontline row like a factory floor or maybe customer service, and expect them to perform 20 times as well as a person in that job. All I'm trying to say is that it's not just a straight line from unskilled to high skilled jobs, or in this case, no qualifications to high qualifications, low paid to high paid jobs. I think it's more complicated than that. Now that we've got all that out of the way, I hope it helped shape how you may view your next potential career. Here are the highest paid jobs in 2022 and beyond. First, we've got information security analysts making over $100,000. Also known as information technology security managers, these IT professionals help protect organizations against digital attacks. They're also responsible for planning security backups and recovery processes in case of disaster. IT security professionals need to work with clients in their workplaces to determine security needs, plan systems and processes, liaise with suppliers, and monitor service providers. Projections from the government's Department of Education, Skills and Employment say that the number of positions available in this job area will rise by over 18% in the 5 years leading up to 2024. Outside of IT jobs, very few jobs will experience this level of growth. To put in context, total growth for all occupations is projected to be just over 8%. Information security specialists are highly skilled, but because security evolves so quickly, they usually don't have formal qualifications. Some may have certifications for certain products, but there is no degree requirement. A practical qualification such as a certificate for or diploma may help an applicant stand out, or may be the key to help them to gain initial entry-level work experience. Some graduates also say that doing a qualification helped with their problem-solving skills or helped them realize weak spots and areas they needed more practice in for higher paid jobs. The main test is more likely to be a practical challenge completed under supervision of an interview panel than a quiz about formal qualifications. Moving to number 2, we have software developers who are making over $104,000 a year. In official stats, developers are called software and applications programmers. Specializations include analyst programmers, developer programmers, software engineers, and software testers. They may develop a variety of software from smartphone apps to business software, web apps, and even games. According to government projections, the number of positions for programmers is set to grow by 23.4% by 2024. There will be a variety of different jobs available, from software development companies to in-house developer roles for organizations that maintain their own software. This includes a wide variety of different industries, from banks to online retailers. Now, most developers do not have university qualifications in software development. However, many successful developers do have a practical vet level qualification or a certification in one or more programming languages. Some have both. The certificate or diploma provides general skills including concept development, development teamwork, and methods for finding solutions to client needs, whilst the certifications provide proof of a specialization. At number 3, we have marketing managers who are going to be making and are making upwards of $133,000. Marketing managers includes a variety of job titles such as advertising manager, PR manager, market research manager, communications manager, and more. It encompasses digital media marketing. This makes it a particularly interesting opportunity for entry-level candidates with specific platform and product expertise, whatever that means, like some of the IT-related jobs above. Digital marketing specialist managers' jobs change so often that a 3-year degree can't really keep up with the pace. Sorry, marketing majors. However, some organization, project, and other technical skills are required, which is why the benchmark for many employers is now a certificate for or diploma level marketing qualification. On top of this, the best paid digital marketing managers also have certifications. I just want to add, before I keep going, that with this one specific, I know so many people that have pretty good marketing jobs that aren't exactly paying 133, but they are paying around the 70 to 80,000 a year wage today. And they have no degree, no diploma, no certification. They're friends who have started a social media company and worked with a few people and then showed their skills to a bigger company, and they were hired to be their full-time marketing sort of person. So it is possible. Moving on, the top paid managers need to prove to employers and clients that they can meet marketing goals and get a good ROI for their digital marketing budget. But they don't need a degree to get their foot in the door to get that experience. Projections show that employment for this job group will rise by 14.3% by 2024. What's interesting is that in the step down from management, advertising and marketing professionals, the number of jobs will rise by 21.7%. That's even more opportunities to get your foot in the door and climb the ladder. Now, those are the 3 highest paying jobs from 2022 and beyond, sourced from Monash University, who sourced their info from the Australian Bureau of Statistics. The article is a great read and has another 7 jobs that I haven't listed in this video. So the link to that article will be down below. If you've enjoyed this video and found it at all valuable, please consider leaving a like and maybe subscribing if you want to see future content. And also don't forget to check out that podcast channel if you'd be interested. All links will be down below.